Hello and welcome back to another episode of Horizon Forbidden West. And I am so happy to be back because I've been doing side missions and all that. And it's such a hassle not continuing with the story, and there's all these places, there's all these things that you need to do before a certain place could be active or something. I did a cauldron. I tried to do the cauldron with the flying thing, you know, to be able to ride the flying, the bird thing. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, apparently you had to do that through story. Let me just get over here and yep. And so yeah, I'm in this mine type thing now, and we're gonna go back to the base. We're gonna continue on from where we left off and return Demeter to the base and see what happens. I would love to find that.
Wings holding up.
That's the first time I tried that. Turn it off in midair and then open it back up. Yeah, so we're gonna go fast travel and to the base. We're gonna go there. It's a beautiful Saturday evening. We're having beer and playing Horizon. I mean, this game is so good looking. I've been playing this for a few days now, just doing the... Oh, we have a new quest. Just doing the side missions and all that, and it's been a lot of fun. Like, I am loving every minute of it. Even if I'm not doing the story mission and all that, or the main quest, it's just amazing. I got these up to 24. They're no longer 15 or 16 or whatever they were. This went up to 6. Apparently, I no idea what I'm doing. This went up to 20, which I don't really use. That went up to, I think that was 8. It went up to 10. So who knows? These went up to 180, which is huge. Like, I don't use these except the ice for birds. Anyway, we're progressing, I guess, as time goes on. Oh, and another thing, I'm actually playing on normal now. Oh, sorry, easy. I'm playing on easy because, well, I think it was right after I realized, I don't know, maybe it was the story is a little too easy. Like, as I figured things out and how to kill things and all that, you know, killing a, what is it called? Killing a... Hold on. I'm gonna get right back to you. Machine. Where is it? I cannot remember the names of the machines for the life of me. Thunderjaw. If I'm killing a Thunderjaw in like 6 hits, you know, it's time to pick that thing up a little bit. Anywho, continuing on. Now, what have you guys done? There's a new quest there, side quest type thing. And let's deliver Demeter to Gaia.
It is good to see you again, Aloy.
Hello.
I see you have recovered Demeter.
I did. Okay, we ready to do this?
Aloy. With the acquisition of Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter, my heuristic processing density has expanded greatly. I should now be able to absorb Hephaestus, and fortunately, we have made progress on a plan to capture it. With Varl's encouragement, Beta analyzed all available information on Hephaestus. Its expansion has been rampant. It is too large to be beamcast, and the kernel you have been using could never hold it. Therefore, it must be contained in a location with a direct physical connection to me. A place with 2 data cores.
2 cores? Where would we find a place like that? Gemini.
An abandoned cauldron in the desert west of here. Seismic activity disrupted the original construction. 2 data cores were built as a result.
I know that place. It's near the Desert Clan's capital. We'll have to bring you there by hand.
And that was what I was talking about.
I have devised a blueprint for a suitable, albeit unwieldy, transport rig. It will require 2 people to carry it to Gemini.
I can help.
Once I am installed on the first core, I will call down Hephaestus on the other, trapping it. I will then initiate the merge. However, in order to construct the rig, I will need considerable help.
Can you build it? I suppose I could, but it's not gonna work. The Zeniths will find you. Minerva won't be able to conceal your location.
That is correct. Absorbing Hephaestus will create a significant power surge, easily detected by anyone capable of noticing.
But what if there were multiple power surges? To fake out the Zeniths? If Erend, Zoe, and Katalo spread out to the other cauldrons and create their own surges, would those conceal the one at Gemini?
Analyzing. Such a tactic might be effective. With Beta's help, we should be able to build a set of handheld pulse generators.
I told you it's not gonna work. I did a test. Hephaestus has written Alpha clearance out of its access module. You'll never be able to capture it. Then we need a higher level of clearance. There is no higher... Ted Pharaoh's mega clearance. The one he used to purge the Apollo database and kill the Alphas. But to get it, you would have to find Thebes. The private bunker he retreated to when the world ended, and nobody knows where that is, not even the Zeniths. Their only intel was that it was somewhere in San Francisco. That might be all I need. Alva, the Quen diviner I met, said her people had set up a base at landfall. They were searching for data in San Francisco from there. She might be able to help. So I guess I'm headed all the way west. While I'm gone, will you be able to build the rig and the pulse generators? I'll try.
I'll make sure she has what she needs.
Okay, we got another
The
business
corner of a ferry on
here.
the coast that they used to get to the ruins of San Francisco. That's where I need to go.
Yeah.
There. Let's see what we got.
Oh, I guess I have only one more. Or do I not? Yeah, I do. That's it. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's go. We're gonna find Oliver. Who is Oliver? He's very far away, apparently. And
I think she talks a lot. You would too, if you knew everything there is to know about everything.
let's... Okay.
She can also crank out a whole army of machines to kick your sorry behind once she's fixed.
Hello, so...
Aloy, I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Farrow would do.
There is something I'd like to discuss. It's about the land gods. If you have time, that is.
Sure.
Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes. The Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids. But Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me.
Is there more on this?
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise.
Okay, I think every time I click on it, she says something different.
Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
Okay, let's do that.
You said you wanted to talk about the land
Yeah,
gods?
let's get to the point.
I think there's a way to heal them so that they'll once again provide Plainsong with grain. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. She called it reboot code. If we deliver it to the land gods, their derangement will end.
That's great.
Maybe. There are thorns on the path. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus, the land gods will reject it. Gaia showed me a way around this. We need components called control cores from machines made by Hephaestus. Machines similar to the land gods.
You mean Grimhorns? Like the one we fought in the repair bay?
Yes. Gaia helped me locate 2 of them out west.
So, kill the machines, get the control cores, then use them to adapt the reboot code into something the land gods will obey?
If all goes well. But taking down 2 Grimhorns won't be easy.
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy. I'll send you the location of the machines.
Okay.
Well, I should get going. Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Hephaestus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
Sweet.
Aloy,
Yeah.
there are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
Yes. Thank you. And let's roll.
Pizza?
What is that?
The longer it takes to be delivered. Or something like that.
Maybe you can find recipes?
Looks like this room's changed. Is that your doing, Gaia?
Yes.
Fabrication. Ah. So, okay. So I had to do this. Okay, so I did.
have repurposed the displays to track the cauldrons you have acquired data from.
So when I completed the cauldron Mew.
Yeah, this file's crazy. Why would anyone use oils for that?
I know, right? It was telling me some machines were partially unlocked. I had no idea what that meant. I do now. I think now we can override all of them. Now.
Aloy, I hear you're heading to the coast. If you need to resupply en route, I suggest stopping in Falls Edge. It's a lowland clan village southwest of the Grove, in the heart of the jungle.
Got it. Thanks for the advice.
Okay, 2 is before. Let's roll out. And let's get ourselves a friend, shall we? Yeah, let's just do defensive because I did the offensive and they go crazy.
Aloy, it's Apollo. I've heard that the Red Scum clogging up the rivers has cleared in much of the lowland clan's territory. But for some reason, the water around their capital, Thornmarsh, remains polluted. Perhaps this is something you could help with.
Yeah, maybe. I'll look into it when I can.
Yes. So we'll go to Falls Edge and restock on things and whatnot. And we'll move through here a little faster because damn, things are very, very angry. They get very, very angry very, very quick. There's a thing there. Yep, that way. Keep going. What in the world is going on there? He's fighting something. Yep, that was the end of the line. You did so good until that very point. So we'll restock here, where we're gonna be arriving soon, the Fall's Edge. Is that it? No, I still have. Still have some time. Come on, come on. Oh, nice. Wait. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Okay, that is the entrance. Just chill. This should be Fall's Edge. Hello.
This must be Fall's Edge.
That's what I said.
Talos said I could resupply here, then head for the Quinn Ferry.
Okay, resupply, I don't know, save the game.
Hot as an Oseram forge, as Aaron would say.
The hell am I? Weird.
Okay, with Fall's Edge behind me, just gotta head west until I reach the coast. And the Quinn Ferry.
Restock. Let's... There we go.
Use your eyes!
That was the deal you were looking for.
Pelican Squad. How's it going?
So, let... Okay, that happened.
I will make a trade with you.
I was gonna say... What in the world? Jump, little lady.
Who wants to play?
Nope, can't do that. Food? What food? Can I? Alright, I'll come in handy. I'm looking for... There we go. That. I should have nothing to upgrade. Yeah.
Outlander.
Hello. Oh, interesting. Seeker Hunter. Uh-huh.
Come and trade.
I just did. Okay. Let's go down and go to the thing. Actually, from here, I think we can just do. Sure, we'll just jump around like a maniac. We can just fast travel to there. I'll go to this campfire and then continue on foot or on animal, or machine. Right, this is it. We're gonna seriously. Can I? Like do that change. I wanna change it to this. Shock blast, shock stopper. I don't even know what those things are. Shock mine. But okay, like okay, smoke bomb. That'll be smoke bomb. That makes sense now. The most used, these three. For me at least. Should make some more smoke bombs though. Machine muscle. How do I not have machine muscle? Jesus. Hello. We are almost there. And nope, we passed it. We passed it. Go back, go back, go back.
Okay. Across the water, look for landfall.
Look at all them pelicans. Oh my god, what is that thing? Holy hell, what is that thing? Ah!
Here. That's strange. Well, nothing's stopping me from taking the boat.
What is that thing? I'm gonna examine the boat, but what is that thing? What is that thing?
Could I use something other than fire?
Holy hell. That thing is huge. Not going near that. Definitely not going near that. Nope, 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 nope. Examine the boat. The boat. We're going to an island, apparently. I cannot get over how beautiful this game is. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know. Come on, Aloy.
It's pushing me south. There's no choice but to head for that beach.
Great, I'm going somewhere that I'm not supposed to go.
No one's guarding this side of the ferry either. Where are the Quinn? They're on landfall, I guess. I better go find it. Should be to the northeast.
Hello, person. So we're not gonna mention, we're not gonna comment on the person that's kind of dead or sleeping. Why is it? Oh my god. Oh, there's a tall neck. Should we do the tall neck? Nah, we'll do it later. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm just gonna... There she is. Right there.
Could use purge water against it.
Purge water it is. Bombs. And then these things. Jesus. Oh, I can unlock. That is still locked. If I can override those. Holy. Shut up. This guy goes around. That guy just does a triangle. Great, 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 great. Let's do this guy aggressive. Ah, shit. Shit. Come on! And run away! Where's the aggressiveness? Yep, you mess with those guys. Come on. Whew. What the hell? Oh, good. A stormbird.
So these are the ruins of San Francisco. An entire city of crumbling towers. And somewhere buried out here is Thebes. I hope Oliver and the Quen can help me find it.
Watchers? They're still locked.
Plasma's not gonna hurt that thing much. Another tall neck.
That is too quiet right there. Oh crap. Come on.
That must be the entrance to landfall up ahead.
Oh, there's another thingy. Okay, we'll do that later.
Hey. Is that her?
The living ancestor.
Oh,
The diviner
these
has
guys. Hello, guys.
This is landfall, right? I'm looking for Alva.
Overseer Bohai ordered us to invite you before him should you approach. Please, come with me. Go. Let him know we're coming.
It's her!
The diviner was right.
Dude, we're a celebrity here.
Overseer Bohai. A stranger just walked through the gate.
I knew Alva would not dare lie. You do look like Sobek.
Is Alva here? I need to talk to her.
I will consider your request once it is determined what you are. A living ancestor, as Alva believes, or a threat, lurking in such a guise.
I am no threat, okay? Back on the mainland, your soldiers fired on me without warning.
So you say, infidel. None of those you engaged survived to bear witness.
I held off on your squad when...
Who's coming? Oh, that's not good. Who's coming? Ah, damn, I missed it.
May I present our honored CO?
So, here she is.
CO as in CEO?
Mystery. Well, Bohai, what have you divined? What is she?
A mystery indeed, my CO. How can she appear as Sobek, and yet know nothing of our ways? Are we to believe that a living ancestor was born to this wretched land? An ocean apart from the realm of the Chosen? And if so, to what end? I cannot answer. Only she can. But I warn you, no falsehood will satisfy us. Now speak. Why are you here? What is your purpose?
I'm looking for a place called Thebes.
And what do you seek there?
Alva told me a little bit about what you're after. I guess you could say I want what you want. A way to heal the world.
As I suspected. Tell her.
We found Thebes, the final resting place of Ted Pharaoh's secrets. It isn't far, but the way is closed to us. Machine attacks have cut us off from the site. Diviner Alva is there, along with a complement of diggers and soldiers.
Is she all right?
Our scouts tell us that a machine has our people pinned behind their defenses, but they're holding out.
Machines, huh? I can help with that.
Alva told us that you are indeed formidable.
But I have a few questions first.
We will answer what we can.
So you found Thebes. How?
The ancestors revealed it to us not long after we made landfall. almost a year ago, through a scrap of ancient data discovered by Alva and verified by myself. It contained details about the construction of a great underground palace.
Where, exactly?
Close. Beneath the Great Pyramid in the ruins beyond.
Figures. Dad loves his pyramids. Have you been inside?
No. That has been a problem, one of many.
And we will solve them all in time. Getting back to the site is the one at hand. I hope you're as effective against machines as Diviner Alva suggested.
What exactly are you looking for inside Thebes? I thought Alva brought back the data you needed.
We risked much to cross the ocean. Therefore, we must unearth every possible link to the legacy while we are here, especially one as important as Thebes.
We will not sail back until I have plundered its secrets.
So, Alva reports to you.
I was chosen by my colleagues on the Board of Overseers to supervise data retrieval on this expedition, yes.
And you're in charge of the expedition.
He is far more than that. You are addressing the cousin of the Emperor of the Quinn. Heir to the vast holdings of the Great Delta, the first CO in 5 generations.
All she needs to understand is that I am the authority here, and my will is to attain the secrets of Thebes.
Mine too. We're in luck. You crossed the ocean on these ships? Couldn't have been easy.
Greatness is never easy.
Indeed. It took 7 years just to build the flotilla. This expedition is the most important undertaking of our generation. A quest for knowledge across the gaping sea with nothing less than the fate of our tribe at stake. And none of it would have been possible without the will of the CO.
The voyage was difficult. The wilds here even more so. Our sailors and soldiers have suffered much. I know that. But all for the glory of the Quen.
Good to know. What kind of machine has your people pinned down near Thebes?
A Thunderjaw. We've dealt with them before, but this one is...
Apex?
Tougher,
Crap?
stronger, and it has black armor?
Yes. How did you know?
Doesn't matter. Won't be easy, but I can take it down.
Then destiny shines upon us.
Uh-huh.
I knew it would. A living ancestor now walks among us.
Yep.
And she will help me attain the secrets of Thebes.
Resupply here if you must. Then on to Thebes at the base of the pyramid in the ruins. We will follow when our scouts confirm you've cleared the way.
All right. Do we have anything interesting? Oh. Oh yeah, I have one of those. That's not bad actually. Let's just buy it.
I am humbled by your choice.
Thank you. Oh.
Stomach lined, the muscle strengthened.
Sure.
Feeling better?
No, it's true. I didn't believe, but now I see. You truly are an ancestor reborn. A good omen if I ever saw one. I'm a scout for the expedition. Whatever I learn of this strange land, I will share with you. As is my duty to the ancestors. I should tell you then. My fellow scouts found ancient ruins west of here.
West.
They claim to have seen a relic of the ancestors inside, but couldn't find a way to retrieve it. Perhaps a living ancestor could discover a way where others could not.
Maybe. If I find myself in the area.
Alrighty. May the ancestors do things to us.
Hope you got more of a fight in you today.
Thanks.
Okay. Off to the big pyramid to fight the Thunderjaw.
Yep. I'll just do your things for ya. And still get shit for it.
Yeah. Another drone keeping watch on the biosphere. I should grab its data. But how am I going to get it down?
Okay. I saw nothing. As soon as I step in here, something will be there, I'm sure.
A barbarian! Run, stranger! There's a killer machine
The
about!
machine will kill you!
There you are. I guess we're doing this.
There you are. So you just killed yourself, okay? Alright, Jesus. That thing is way too big. Come on, kitty. Oops, shit. Come on. That's okay, that's okay, I got her. Oh, Jesus. Get out. Come on. And there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I need to speak to Alva.
By all means, then. Open the gate.
Whew. Hot diggity boom.
Aloy! Over here! Alva, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh, you got rid of that machine. But what are you doing here?
There's something inside Thebes that I need. I went to landfall. I met your CO. We came to an agreement, kind of.
And you're going to help us get in?
I guess so. The whole
Get
thing
in,
was
get out,
tense.
grab everything. I do
There's
that.
something off about that guy. And I don't understand what he wants from Thebes. I thought we found the data that your people needed back on the mainland.
That data will take us years to sift through. The CO wants faster results. Aloy, you have to be careful. He's...
There they are. The legacy tells us that Elizabeth Sobek helped the ancestors cast aside all obstacles. And so it has been today.
You have been true to your word. I'm pleased. Thebes awaits us below. Shall we?
Is he wearing slippers? How much of a douche do you have to be?
Excavation.
Much of this was flooded.
I'm not
had
even
to
saying
pump a
anything.
great deal of water out. Behold,
It's a
the
cauldron,
door to Thebes.
isn't it?
A door like no other.
As in metal?
Well, you're right about that. It's designed to open for only one man. Ted Farrow.
But the legacy tells us that he worked closely with Sobek. He trusted her. Surely she could open the door, and so surely can you.
Not gonna happen. At least not from this side.
You said she was a living ancestor with Sobek's eternal essence.
If I may, Pharaoh, great as he was, did not build his palace alone. We know this from scraps of data we found, the ones that pointed to this location. And we found evidence of passages below. Maybe they were built to aid construction. Or for servants. We can't reach them. The way is flooded and they're too far underwater, but...
Yeah. I can reach them. There might be another way in down there.
You see? With Sobek, there is always a way.
Then do what you must to get us inside.
Getting a little sick of demands, boy. Alright.
This water's warm. It's almost like a hot spring. Look at that thing. It's huge. It goes all the way down to the bottom.
Whoa. That is a little too warm, isn't it? Swim to the light, I guess.
There's a rupture up there. Maybe a way in. Yeah, this could get me inside.
Oh, not that way. Oh, which way? Okay. Which way do we go? Crap. There we go. There.
There's gotta be a way to stop that turbine around here somewhere.
There was something? Oh, there you go.
Stop the turbine. Good. Okay, I'm inside, but how do I let the Quen in?
Oh, we got a workout room. All right.
Looks like an exercise room?
That's better. Exercise room, yes.
Here I am again, hiding in the gym, writing to stay sane in this crazy place. I can't believe Grigori's dead. Our so-called spiritual leader was fine yesterday, and then suddenly passed away in his sleep, and no one will talk to me about it. They treat me like a child, whispering behind my back, as if I can't cope with death, even after the end of the world.
So Ted had other people in here with him, including a teenage girl. The living area. It's pretty big, too.
There's nothing normal about a scientist, his daughter, a guru, and well, let's face it, a harem living through the end times in a trillionaire's underground survival bunker. But now that Grigori's gone, I'm worried things will get even weirder. He helped keep Ted stable for a couple of years, sort of. Without him, who knows? And we don't even understand what happened to him.
The girl's right. Nothing normal about Ted.
Nothing in here. Grab that. There's something else.
I know everyone's reeling after Grigori's
Oh, hello, Teddy.
untimely demise. He was a deeply spiritual man who wasn't afraid to rip back the curtain and gaze where few men dare. I've asked Dr. Sumtow to, check on what happened to him. I'm sure he had some kind of condition or something. The main point is that while we certainly miss him, we will go on. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, something tells me it didn't turn out that way.
Oops. It actually works.
Let's hope this is the way to the main door, so I can let the Quen in.
That should be the... Yep, that's that one. So we're going up.
Look at this place. Pretty fancy for a survival bunker.
Wow.
There, the door. Let's hope I can open it from the inside.
Oh, let's just chill for a second.
Most of Ted's women repulse me, okay? They're like contestants on a housewife sim preening for the hubby's attention. But Brianna, the Hollow Singer, she's different. She's always been nice to me.
What about the
And I
main door?
love her voice, which has been conspicuously silent since Grigori died. She doesn't speculate or gossip like the others. She knows something. I can tell. And I'm gonna find out what it is.
What the hell happened here, man? Alright, let's open this bitch.
Ah, good. An emergency exit function.
Emergency exit.
The door is open. Destiny is upon us. I knew you could do it.
What's going on?
The CO is preparing to enter Thebes.
Preparing?
Oh, why are you dressed like Ted Pharaoh?
I am Pharaoh, renewed. My essence is the same as his. Across the years, across the generations, his soul is my soul. His will is my will. We are sundered in only one way. I need his final testament.
I knew it.
His deepest secrets. And now that the door is open, those secrets are within my grasp. When I have them, I will be complete, as he was. I will have everything I need to save our homeland, and, as Pharaoh did, the world.
Okay. I think there's some confusion here about who Pharaoh really was.
No one knows better than I who he was, who he is. Me. The Renewer, greatest of the ancestors, the man who saved the world. And you. You understand, Sobek. You are her, Pharaoh's harbinger, his assistant.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We will descend into Thebes.
beat the shit out of him. I really want to. Can I do that?
Bring her the raiment.
Raiment?
As he is Pharaoh, you are Sobek. For an occasion this momentous, shouldn't you wear proper business attire?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Whoa. No. No, I am not wearing that. No way.
You will wear the proper attire to mark this moment.
Or what?
It is said Sobek valued life above all else. Is this true?
Fine. I'll wear your raiment.
Oh, poor Aloy.
Excellent. Shall we proceed? Look at this place. The grandeur.
Pharaoh's domain.
Looks like the emergency exit function unlocked this door too.
Pharaoh left his secrets.
Ah, crap.
Pharaoh's visage, a monument to greatness.
Indeed. Let it be done.
I think this way might lead down.
Excellent.
Brianna didn't wake up this morning. She's gone. Just like Grigori.
Dude, personal space,
I'm looking
girl.
up at the
Personal
giant,
space. Where are you going?
hideous statue of Ted in the Great Hall. At his eyes. And I know now that he's watching me. He's watching us all. He's always had power over us. I just never knew how much.
Did you discover some data?
Fuck off. Dick.
Remember every detail of his, Bohai, for posterity.
It will be its own chapter in your
Just
legacy.
can I just kill you right here?
Quite a palace Pharaoh built for himself.
No less than he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Your Eminence.
Brianna told me that Grigori hacked into restricted files and found out something awful. That Ted murdered important people who worked on Zero Dawn.
Sure.
Did Ted punish Grigori? Kill him for discovering what he did? How could that be? Dad said...
Find anything interesting?
So hey, this is weird.
Yeah, I tried to warn you.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll explain everything if we survive long enough.
Those certainly look threatening.
Statues. The guardians of Pharaoh's domain.
Ah, crap. Please don't be alive.
Those aren't statues. Look out!
Get the CO out of here.
Yep, the motherfucker named himself CEO, as in CEO. Shit! Where?
The diviner is down.
Come on. Oh, that's done.
We should get going.
Well fought.
Thanks.
Where's Overseer Bohai?
It's decided to return to the surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more diviners than necessary. So, no more delays. We must proceed.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna enjoy killing him.
Yes, that looks like the way.
You think? It's a freaking door.
Ever deeper we go.
Oh hell, I hope that site, the Red Eye Watcher site, isn't here and it's up above somewhere, I was gonna say, but maybe not.
What is that? A reclining throne, attached to some kind of apparatus. I wonder what it does. An impressive setup. What's it for?
I'm sorry, CO. I don't know. My focus can't read the data here.
Mine can. It's a medical chair. It's
made a minor adjustment to the gene therapy regimen and added a new cocktail to treat the symptoms caused by the mutations. Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows what Ted'll do to us if there isn't. The early results were so promising. No signs of aging, no cellular degeneration, but now... Oh, if only I had access to my old lab in Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. For Kenya.
You saw something. I could tell. Did the data explain what Pharaoh used this device for?
I think he was undergoing treatments to live longer. A lot longer.
Really? Could he still be alive?
Don't be foolish. If he were alive, he would have kept his essence. It would not have been passed down to me. Remember, he was the renewer. Of course he would have stopped at nothing to grasp the secrets of life and death. But not for himself. Everything he did was for a new beginning. For us, for the Quen. And for his true heir, me.
You know, I'm starting to think you're right. You do have a lot in common with Ted Pharaoh.
I knew you would see
Mm-hmm.
in time.
Mm-hmm.
Let us continue. His secrets await. Is that a small office for a minor
did this for him?
functionary, perhaps?
You put, like, off switches in everyone's heads?
Kenya, you mustn't judge me. I had no choice. If I said no, what would he do to us? What would he do to you? You're my little girl. I was trying to keep you alive.
For what, Dad? Seriously, why? So we can be trapped in this underground nightmare? You know what we have to do. Please.
Did you find a recording, Aloy?
Yeah. I'll share it with you later.
Look at all this equipment. We are getting closer to the heart of
An
this place.
automated geothermal energy plant right under the city of San Francisco. A marvel. Even I can run it, and let's face it, I was always more of a visionary than an engineer. Which is why I had the foresight to insist on the inclusion of a very unique feature.
Break the door down.
Just in case anyone ever tries to steal my...
I'm going to look for another way in.
Good idea. It's worked before.
Very well. Get to it.
An automated geothermal energy plant right under the city of San Francisco. A marvel. Even I can run it, and let's face it, I was always more of a visionary than an engineer. Which is why I had the foresight to insist on the inclusion of a very unique feature. Just in case anyone ever tries to steal my cheese, so to speak.
Open that.
Crap. Something's bad's gonna happen.
Could look around with my focus.
How long does it take to bash through a door? Ah, is that a vent of some sort?
Shut up.
Not a bad idea. She's gone. Did she make it to the other side?
A console. Maybe I can access Ted's files from here. There. Omega clearance. Got it. What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Somtow's dead. Along with his kid. Found him on the floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life. And this is how they repaid me. By leaving me all alone.
Oh, what a dick.
I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Less his future. Less his children. Someday they'll come. And I'll be here to greet them. Somtow said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time. And energy. Somtow said the reactor can give me what I need. To grow strong again. To get my shit back together. So I can greet the kids. They're gonna need me.
Is he in there?
My guidance.
Oh shit.
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Trust me. You don't want to go in there.
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now.
Oh, we're gonna watch him die. Hold on. Let me enjoy this real quick. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready. Let's do this.
At last, Pharaoh's legacy is mine. Is that?
It's him.
burn it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down if...
Kill them too. No witnesses.
Shit.
Bring down that Outlander!
You serious? Wait, are you on my side? Oh, you are on my side. What? Who? Where? Oh shit!
Still in this fight. Pharaoh rigged the reactor to overflow if he dies. We have to run.
Wait, wait. Come on, get up. Oh shit. Crap. Let's go.
Keep moving, okay?
Crap. I hope you're following me. Okay, good. We're going this way, I guess. And this way. And this way, and this way.
We found her!
That's dead. There you are. Come on. Wait, just in case. Holy goalie. Oh crap.
Hurry, sire!
Come on!
Out of my way!
Oh yes. Oh yes. That is the orgasm moment right there. Let's go this way. I mean, it's not like we can go anywhere else. Oh shit. That is some serious shit. Ah! Come on.
Soldiers, above us! For the clan! Enemy spotted!
I will beat the living shit out of you.
Got her! You okay? You'll pay for that!
Stop, come on! We're almost there!
What? The hell are you doing?
There's a door! Keep going!
What are you doing? Where are you? Where is she? The hell? Ah, for hell's sake. Dude, what do you mean you can't? What? Oh, okay. She teleported, apparently.
Are you okay?
What happened?
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the seal?
Oh, he got fucked.
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
Uh-huh.
I see. You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No. No.
The CEO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving
Oh,
fantasy.
there you go.
And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
Yup.
Fair enough.
Thebes is of no further value to us. Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
Oh, I thought he was going to have us killed. Oh, and instead, I get to join you.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen Ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me, you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A diviner must follow the truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
Hey, you're back.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus. But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by Landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. And there's still that tall neck nearby. I gotta change out of these clothes. I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
Yeah, let's change out of those clothes. Okay, we've changed and we've healed.
You better.
What? All right. Let's save the game here. And return to base. I suppose. My. Crazy. That is crazy. Okay, we're just gonna return to base fast style. Where's the base? There.
That is focus thing trying to kill you.
Hello, Gaia. What is up?
Welcome back.
Oh, sorry,
Aloy,
wrong button.
I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Of course we do.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network.
Proliferation? What does that mean?
But with your subfunctions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
Ah, crap.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the CS.
Mm-hmm.
Two cores. Two overrides. What if the merge were carried out by two clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance?
Ooh.
How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of two operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
What the hell?
Okay.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Hey, buddy.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
Oh, man.
Varl and I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect? Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win. You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand? Okay. Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
I'm quite certain that it's
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini? Or we can continue our conversation, if you like.
Okay, people.
Let's go.
It's time to head out.
I'll get everyone together.
This is gonna be one epic fight, I think. I mean, I hope so. Crazy, crazy, crazy beautiful.
Connections in place. Booting up.
Beta, Aloy. I am fully installed on this core and ready to connect to the Cauldron network.
It's good to hear your voice. Errand, everyone. Fire your pulses and sound off.
I'm at my cauldron. This thingy, it's blinking. Did I do it right? In position at my cauldron. My pulse generator is blinking also.
That means they're working. I'm in position, and mine is too.
Mine as well.
Okay. Radio silence until I give the all clear. Signing off. Gaia, let's cage the beast.
Connecting to the Cauldron network now.
Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance. Elizabeth Sobek, Alpha Prime, activating Omega clearance.
Clearance confirmed. Initiating containment sequence.
Critical threat detected. Escape containment. Applying countermeasures.
Lock it down!
Terminating external connections.
It's working. It's got nowhere to go. Wait, what's that?
Malware detected. Attempting to compensate.
It's cracked.
Look!
Crap. That is crap.
These machines are on their way. Get ready.
Here they come. Time to fight.
Here we go. Oh shit.
Stay back.
Aloy? Help!
Take them out. Get back. Over here, you. The machine's weapon. Get them back. Aloy, get a hand over here. Get that machine out of the way. Draw it away from Beta.
Don't have enough stamina yet.
Stay back.
That's all of them for now. I better check on Beta and Varl. You two okay?
Still breathing.
Aloy, Hephaestus can't escape, but it must have fled. Deeper into the facility. I'll drive it back here. I'll get the cracked core fixed in the meantime. Keep her safe.
On my life.
So, where are we going now?
Sorry, had to go deal with something. You were talking about something before I left.
On my life.
Oh, okay, that was it. Okay, here we go.
Let's see what I can do with this.
It's not gonna work like that, probably.
Okay, I gotta chase after Hephaestus. Force it out of wherever it's hiding. make it retreat to the core.
You little piece of shit. Where to go now?
Aloy, I'm patched into your focus feed. You should know there's a huge power draw coming from the next chamber.
Thanks for the heads up. I'm almost there.
There we go.
It's some kind of production chamber. Festus is up to something, all right?
Good times.
What kind of machine is it trying to build?
I don't know, but I'm gonna shut it down. I bet those metal carriers will lead me to where it's getting materials from.
I bet that's where Festus is hiding too.
Nothing in there yet, so...
I gotta find where Festus is hiding. Looks like there are a couple of ways I can go.
Aloy, I've managed to rewire most of the components in the core, but the energy processor's cracked. Without a way to fabricate another, there's no way I can fix it.
Okay, let me think. What if you bypass the processor? Connect it to
the power node. I think that could work.
I think it could. I should be able to catch a ride on one of those metal carriers.
Can I? There we go. Oh, that's fun.
There should be a node you can override near the central platform.
Thanks. I should deal with these machines first.
There we are. That's one down. What's next? What's next? What's next? Oh shit! Okay, we're doing that. Or not. Oh! No! Crap, crap, crap! Oh!
More machines on the way. Beta! Festus has locked me out of the node. Any ideas?
I'll see what I can do.
Much better.
Oh shit! What the hell is that? You little shit! There we go. That's one down. Oh, shit! Okay. What are we looking at? There we go.
I tapped into the core's network hub. I managed to disrupt Festus' control of the node. You should be able to override it now.
Nice. Thanks.
Okay. 26.
It sounds like it fled to another chamber.
Well, I better not get comfortable. Great. Festus covered the floor with lightning. I gotta find a way over it.
Aloy, more machines keep coming. Please tell me you're getting close.
I'm working on it. I've been smashing through a lot of machines on my side, too.
I guess Aaron's missing out.
Anyway, I'm making progress on the bypass, but I need something to hold the cycling module together.
Maybe a ligament from one of the machine carcasses?
Right. Or some luminous braking.
And you could reinforce it with a conversion cylinder.
For increased connectivity. I think we can do this, Aloy.
Shit.
I might be able to catch a ride on the rail. Go over the shield.
Can I... do that?
I gotta find a way past this shield.
Oh, right. Okay, so catch a ride. Catch a ride.
Maybe there's a way over the shield.
Okay, catch a ride, I know. How? Oh. Like that. Okay.
Alright. I need to drive Festus out of here.
There should be another node to...
Got it.
Okay. That's that. And what do you want?
Fire can help here.
Alright. Okay, good job. Whew. Good job, everyone. Good job. Good effort. Who's next? Shit. Something's coming.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I'll try to get your access back.
Okay. Okay, what am I doing? That's down. Where's the little guy? That's down. Come on, come on. Ah, crap.
Node access restored. Now you can override it.
Good work.
You did the heavy lifting.
Where is it? Damn. Oh, it's not even there. I'm looking at the wrong place. Okay, we're going this way.
Okay. Festus is running out of places to hide.
Aloy? I just registered a huge energy surge back in the production chamber. Something big is happening.
Here too. Everything's glowing.
Machine that Festus was building. It must have finished it.
Whatever it is. I'm almost done with the core repairs. Should we come to you? Maybe I could distract the machine if...
No.
Oh, this is it. Here we go.
Just stay where you are, okay? Handling the machine's my turn.
Be safe.
I should scan first. This thing's on its legs, it's glowing. I think it's charging up. Finished charging. It's covered in plasma.
Oh shit! That's not good. Come on. Run, girl. Oh. That's...
On me. It's gonna explode any second. It's charging up again.
Here we go.
It's done.
You did it! There should be one more note to override.
Good. Stand by. I'm sending Hephaestus back to you.
Jesus, dude. Ah. No, 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 no. Override. There you go.
No more hiding, Hephaestus!
Got it! Hephaestus is back in the core!
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
And then we can start the merge.
Because of you, Beta. I'm glad you came along. And you, Varl. We couldn't have done any of this without you.
Right back at you, Aloy.
Piece of shit.
Aloy.
Woo.
The core is stable.
Oh, damn.
Hephaestus is 100% contained. And we better get started with the merge. It's all set up. Gaia, establish the link, please. complete the merge, we need to excise Hephaestus's malicious code. Carefully.
Damn, it's a full-on exorcism right there.
Aloy! Look!
Well, crap. Oh, really crap.
Redundant copy.
Shit.
You cost us quite a lot of time. Eric, get Beta. And squash that bug while you're at it.
There you go.
Ooh!
Get behind me.
Come on! Quit screwing around.
Now we're having fun, right?
Damn, I knew it.
Finally. Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport. Tilda!
I failed.
Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her! I can't even see her!
What just happened?
Beta. Varl. Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
You mean the other Zeniths? You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast. Okay. What is this?
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My friend is dead. Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paint?
Done so soon?
I've got more important things to worry about.
We both do. There is much we are trying to save. Not the least of which is in that vault. There's nothing wrong with savoring such treasures for a moment more. Or come upstairs and we'll get down to business. Your choice.
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point.
Is she Carrie-Anne
The
Moss?
group didn't fool us. And as for my little trick, it was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Oh my god, it is! I just looked it up. It is. That's Carrie-Anne Moss. Huh. Freaking Trinity in Horizon.
The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
After everything your people have done, you think I'm just gonna sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them, and lived with them for 1,000 years before coming back. So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
My old focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen
incredible things. What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life. A 1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened. You truly are Elizabeth's blood. With her drive, her sense of mission, her integrity. Watching all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down. There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet. He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship.
A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
I do wish you would stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tenakth capital. When she wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Yes, he's found a way to circumvent our shields. Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me. You see, while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about. While Silence and my friends are busy battling each other, we'll take back Beta and Gaia. I told you I want to help you. I mean it.
My old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way. Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your actions that inspired me to defy them. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well, start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
More like a service one could turn to for information. I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy. But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a birth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
So you didn't know the other Zeniths were monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were, certainly. It wasn't until we were off-planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally, having met you, I feel like I have a second chance.
To do what?
Help you, of course. To fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Putting her to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know. They will compel her if need be, but her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea, not mine. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel, a virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it?
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe. I know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has always been paramount to me.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place. Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time. We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Which you decided to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
What exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith base?
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation, a passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus. By tapping them, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it and the Tanakh army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hekarro and waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hekarro.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down outside. So you knew Elizabeth. What was she like?
Liz was everything she was. I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination, your moral compass. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
The honest answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning, a touchy subject in those days, because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs. Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step, an AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
To care about life, not just follow orders.
Revolutionary stuff. I was fascinated, and I wanted to meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something. I didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming, almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship. She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
I guess I know the feeling. First Varl, now Hikaru and the Tenakth. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tenakth survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra protection for long.
You should have killed me. No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge. Then I think it can be done. I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on? As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Oh hell yeah, we're flying. We're flying. We're gonna fly, finally. I swear, this is like watching a movie.
Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenakt.
Okay.
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Where am I? How do I get out of here? Oh, okay. What?
There's another cauldron out there that has override data on that machine.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Oh, good.
I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Okay. Okay. Hello. We don't even know these people. Okay. So, wow. Insanely long episode. But I honestly don't see a way of, like, doing this any shorter. Unless you just want to, like, cut in the middle of things. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, this is the end of the episode. We're gonna continue on the next episode, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to sub and subscribe and all that stuff if you're into this thing. And yeah, so I will see you on the next episode. See ya.